I wanted to start off by asking you a question at the beginning of your journey. I wanted to ask, when you were younger, when did you start thinking about building your own bank? How did the idea come about?
Right. So I started my first bank. This was MetroBank in London is my 5th new bank from scratch. So I started my first bank. I got a license when I got out of Wharton. I was 26 at the time. And I raised very difficultly $1.5 million in capital, opened one office with a staff of 9. At the time, there were 24,000 separate chartered banks in America. And the joke was we were number 24,001. And how are we going to take this no name, no locations, no capital, no brand business to compete against the world? And over time, we learned to develop this model that became our bank in America, and MetroBank is the version of that model. And our model is very much like the Apple model. It's about service and convenience. It's not about price. It's about delivering a unified, great experience in every banking channel.
Well, my question is about the startup scene. Now, you're a bank, you have 20 branches here. But
27.
27, thank you for correcting me on that. Yeah, at least 20, I should say.
Good.
So my question is, this whole startup, this kind of flat level startup mentality, when you get to a certain level, can you keep going with that? Is it that you guys are a startup, or are you an upstart? That's my question.
Well, banks are different than tech companies. You have to start and scale because you have a lot of back office you have to build. But my bank in America was growing over a very long period of time, about 25% a year compounded. So we learned to grow at very high growth rates on scale. Now in London, we're growing 100% a year. But our company is a retail growth model that happens to be a bank. That's what we look at.
Okay, good answer. And why is it this disruptive aspect? What are you disrupting in the banking industry?
So in America, where there's still 7,000 banks in America, we were disruptive in that we redefined how retail banking was delivered with a whole host of services and delivery methods about service and convenience. We made it fun. My book it's out calls about building fans. Now, in Britain, we're the first new bank in 100 plus years. And the British market is 5 very large banks that are big and broken. The customers all hate their banks in Britain. And they're just thrilled when somebody will smile at them when they walk into a bank. So on the one hand, the British model is big British banks who believe they are doing the consumer a favor by dealing with them, as opposed to our Uber service model. We make it fun and easy.
Great answer. Okay, over to you.
I wanted to know, your business philosophy is about creating a fan, not a customer. So to those who are watching online, what would you say is the difference between a fan and a customer? And how do you go about creating a fan base?
Great businesses all grow by building fans.
Right.
And fans are important because they join your brand, they remain loyal to your company, and they bring their friends.
Right.
Apple, of course, is the extreme example. Every Apple user is trying to convince their friends to switch to Apple.
Right.
Well, every one of my customers is hopefully trying to get their friends to switch. And I'm going to talk tonight about how you build a company and a brand that builds fans. But the first thing you have to say to yourself is building fans has to be number 1 on your plan, not number 5, not number 10. It has to be the core of what you do.
Right. Thank you so much.
That's really interesting. I'm going to ask you a little off-the-wall question because the warm-up is supposed to be sort of fun. So is there a fun fact that people might not know about you out there that you'd like to share? I saw a picture of you with a dog.
So I'm going to talk about my dog. So I have a dog who goes back and forth across the Atlantic. He is a great looking dog and a great dog. And banks generally won't let you bring your dog into the branch. We want you to bring your dog in. We know his name, we give him a stack, and we have a policy called Go Dog. And not only is it important to the customer, it's the message. The customers take that to mean, if you love my dog, you must love me. And it's just one of the many fun things that we do. And I would say, and I'm going to say tonight later, everything you do about your brand makes it weaker or stronger every day, every little thing. And this simple idea about dogs is a